What's up guys, Jim Collector here. Thanks for stopping by to check out another unboxing and review video. Today we have something slightly different. We are checking out a new third-party studio, or well, I say new, relatively new. This is Y Studio, and we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface, as well as Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story. Two figures that I've been quite excited to get into my collection. Now we'll be looking into this to see Y Studio, are they any good? Are these figures worth the price of admission? And do we have any confidence in any of their future releases? Because after having a look at these guys, honestly, I'm not so sure. So without further ado, let's get stuck right in. All right guys, so here we've got both the boxes. So we're gonna do something a little bit different, and we're gonna kind of do a side-by-side opening of these. So you can kind of see the comparisons and the differences, because there are big differences between what I'm going to call the quality of these two. So obviously once you take off the slip cover, it's pretty much just a plain black box on both of these figures, which is, you know, it's nice enough. It is third party, and as I now know, it is a very, very small company. On the back there is some, in nice gold letters, some warning stuff there. And that's pretty much it. But if we slide this open, right, there we go. So that proved a little bit more difficult than I thought to open these. Okay, so there we go. So we've got Leatherface, and then we've got Twisty the Clown. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look at the accessories for Leatherface, and then we'll have a look at the accessories for Twisty, and we'll kind of compare them. Now I've already had a quick look at these, so I kind of know what to expect already. And just as kind of a case in point, so I'll cut to the chase. I'm really disappointed with both of these. More so this guy than Twisty. But it's just, I don't know, you'll see. So we've got this severed head in a bucket with a hand. You know, nice little bit. But I don't know if you guys can see all kind of the white glue fixing stuff that they've used to kind of fix the head in here. Now the bucket, it is metal, which is nice. You know, I love that it's metal. They've done some metal accessories, which is really nice. But just, can I get you to see it? Just the paint work on here. So the blood looks like it's been, I don't know, Tipp-Ex'd on rather than anything else. There's no like shading or like a drip into it or anything like that. It looks like they just kind of grabbed either a Tipp-Ex pen or a brush and just painted it red, essentially. The rooted hair, if you can even call it that, just looks like dusty fluff. I'm not really sure what to say on that, but yeah, it's like, it's a cool idea, but just really half-assed is the word I'm gonna kind of say on here. Then we've got, and this one really is ridiculous, we've got this severed head. What? First of all, what is the Justin Bieber style haircut? I don't really get that. Second of all, the paintwork is non-existent on this, like at all. Just a bit of red here and there. You can see the whatever this styrofoam type stuff is in the middle, and it's just like, you can't display that. That just looks redonkulous. I mean, honestly. So there's that. Now onto some cool bits. Now the chainsaw, and again, look at these kind of plastic lunch bags that this is put in. It's madness. But this chainsaw is pretty cool. I'll give you that. I don't know why they've included this cat hair on it, because that's what it looks like. It looks like the cat just kind of got all over it, and it's just cat hair. But like, the paintwork on this is nice. The blood work here is a lot better than on other things. It's got a nice kind of wet sheen to it. So the chainsaw is actually really good. It's the one plastic weapon, but the chainsaw is banging. I'll admit that. I do really like the chainsaw, but is it worth the price of admission just for a good chainsaw? Probably not. Probably not. So put that to the side. Now, as for the other weapons, actually, okay, there we go. We have a severed foot. The severed foot. There we go. Look at that. Look at the paintwork on this. Again, Tipp-Ex. It looks like actual Tipp-Ex. There's no painting on the leg. This looks like a cheap plastic leg that they've literally just crudely cut off here, splodged a little bit of blood stuff on it. I mean, I could do better than this, and I have no clue what I'm doing. It's just so disappointing on that one. You do have, of course, this really heavy metal hammer. Now I'm going to give him a bit of praise for this. He can hold this. The joints are stiff enough that this metal hammer can be held, but this is all metal. A bit crudely done maybe, but this mallet, solid metal, and it's heavy as well. So the fact he can hold it, I'll give him that, is pretty cool. And then, and these are dangerous at this point, we have these knives, and these are all metal again. So these are quite nice, well done. The paintwork's not great. I mean, it's more of a pink than a red really. And it doesn't even look like dried old blood. It just kind of looks a bit rubbish. It is super sharp, like dangerously so be careful you don't cut yourselves on these. But I do like that at least they're metal, although they are a bit crude around the edges. Then finally, you do have some hands. Okay, so you've got some hands here. The hands aren't too bad. I give you that. They're just basic hands. Got a mallet holding hand, another mallet holding hand, or a knife holding hand, and then just this splayed out hand here. And then underneath all of this, you have a base. So this is kind of a wooden base. Well, it's not wooden, it's made of, I don't know, polystone or something like that. So is this, there's nothing wooden on here. So I don't know why I say wooden, but wooden imitation base. Look at all that glue work that you can just see kind of around here. Now I've got nothing against homemade style thing. This looks homemade, the whole thing. Nothing against it, but it just was not advertised this way. And in a minute, before we get to this, actually I'm going to throw up on here a few stills of the promo footage of this figure. So I'll do that now. And then if you compare this to what I've just shown you on camera, this looks nothing like it. First of all, look at the color of the mask. What even is that? It's again, it's metal. Why is it metal? I don't get. It's cool, but why is it metal? Now, the eyes look good. Give you that. They got a mad look to them. Teeth looks pretty good. I like that. The hair's, you know, I'd rather sculpted hair, I suppose, rather than this fluffy pube stuff. First of all, also, when I got this figure, the arms bent backwards, so I had to rotate them in this suit so they actually face the right way. Now, again, good points. The joints are stiff. All right, the joints are stiff. That's quite nice. You get a good bend, but again, look at the paintwork on this arm. This is meant to be, I'm assuming, blood, but look how badly painted that is. Again, just biro or something. There's no speckling or anything. They just coated it red with a cheap paint. Just mad. There is a bit of a wire in the coat, the apron, so you can splay this out slightly if you want. So that's kind of good. Again, they got splotch works here, but just not great. The trousers are, well, do you know what? I was going to say they're poorly tailored, but he didn't have the best tailor in the film, did he? But again, look at the cut on that down here. It's just not great. Now the mask isn't removable. I'll give him points on the eyes and the mouth there. This is kind of cool. I like this little thing down here, but that's all I like about it really. It's got some good mobility. The body they've used, I'd say, is pretty solid, so nothing against the body they've used. But that's kind of where it ends there with that. So that is the hugely disappointing Leatherface. Now I'm just going to get him out of the way, and we can focus on Twisty. So there we go. This is Twisty. Now he's slightly better. Okay, slightly better. The body itself had the same kind of issues. I had to twist the arms around. They were facing the wrong way. But the body itself is a lot better. But getting to that, let's go to this head sculpt. There we are. Now, I'll give you this. The head sculpt isn't that bad on this one. Is it anywhere near like a Hot Toys quality? God no. Is it anywhere near like a So-So Toys? Definitely not even close. It's definitely low grade, but it's quite nice. I'll give you that. Like on photos, this will do it. On display, will it bring down the level of quality on display? Yeah, probably. But this is leaps and bounds above what I've just seen on that Leatherface. So I'll give them this. Not too awful. The paintwork again, not not the best around here, but the sculpt is okay. The eyes are a bit dead. The hair that they've used, the kind of tufted hair, actually works quite nicely on this figure, so I'll give them that. And it looks, you can see here, it looks kind of gnarly. So a little bit of pointage there. Got a few hands. So there we go, hands. So these are actual fabric wrapped around here, which is kind of nice. Don't hate that. Not much should be said around here, that's all there is. Again, it's got that kind of lackluster paint blood work on it though, that we've already seen in this release. He has his sack. I like the sack. The sack's actually alright. I don't dislike that. And the kind of reds, it kind of has a dirty burlap sack look to it, real rope, which is nice. So this isn't too bad an accessory. The Twisty is definitely the better of the two out of these. A huge solid metal axe. When I say solid metal, even this bit is made of metal. Which is, or is that polystone? I don't know, maybe it's polystone, but no, I don't know. But yeah, this is all metal. This is quite sharp, to be fair. The work on this is done. The paintwork could be a little bit better, but this is actually all right. I'll take this, you know, I would take this. And again, it's quite heavy. We do also have die-cast knife. When I say die-cast, a metal knife, which again is quite nice. Bit blunter than the Leatherface one, which is good, but yeah, this is a little bit nicer. But yeah, all metal, albeit cheap metal. And these are good. These are good. I like these. I think these are made from wood. Yeah, these are made from actual wood. So points for this one. So these are made of wood. These are his juggling sticks that he uses to murder people with. Again, a nice wooden. These are good. Actually, I like these. I'll give you that. These aren't too bad. Yeah, they're okay. Not too bad. They got a nice wooden smell. They look pretty authentic because they are made of real wood. So like that. Next, we have the base. Not much to say on this really. It's more polystone. You can see bits of the cheap grass material they used around the side here, and you can kind of see the glue everywhere. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that one. But finally, to get the head on, it's not too bad. So he just pushes into here like that. So that's kind of how he looks. Have I done that right? Let me make sure I've done that all the way in before I move any further. Yeah, that's as far in as it will go. So he looks okay. And then of course you do have this to go around him, which does unbutton at the back, so you don't need to take the head off and on to get this on, which is nice. So I'll just whack that on here now. Alright, and there you go. That is Twisty all kind of fully set up, I suppose, as you will. Again, solid body, nice, strong joints. You get good movement and mobility out of him. Double bends, which is nice to do. The detail on the boots is quite nice. You've got speckles of blood and stuff, but again, just the paintwork on and the blood work on this suit leave a lot to be desired, if I'm being honest. But if you compare this to this, he's much better. Much better. Rubbish, not too bad. Okay, I would take this. This I will be sending back. But yeah, all right, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna get him set up in a couple of poses. We'll probably just do one pose for each of these, and we'll see how they look. All right, so here we have both of them kind of standing up together, kitted out. Now, I'll give you one thing. The Twisty looks pretty good when he's on display. Like you can see it on this camera here. Although the paintwork's not the best, like the paint apps honestly aren't great, on camera and with the right lighting, he actually does look pretty good. There are lots of issues with it. The flower is way too big. You can't really adjust his collar too much. The metal weapons, again, the paintwork on that's a bit shoddy. It smells of glue, and to be fair, that's kind of where it ends. Again, the head sculpt, it's not really going to fool anyone. You can tell This is a figure, it's not that realistic, but it does, for me, it does do the job, and especially for the kind of character like this, where you're probably never really going to get another Twisty in 6 scale form ever again. So if Creepy Clowns is your bag, this is probably your only opportunity to get. So that might make it a tempting piece for you. Now the Leatherface, on the other hand, this dude, a big thumbs down for me. This isn't the right color. The paintwork on all the different props and accessories that you got with it are just awful. He doesn't really have that glowing effect that he had on the photos. The chainsaw's not too bad. I'll bring him a little bit closer. So yeah, the chainsaw honestly isn't too bad, apart from, again, the cat hair that's stuck all over it. So I'll give you that, but that paintwork on this arm is just unforgivable. It is so bad, and just like the color of the mask is just so bad. You can see that creepy eyes though, a bit of give for that, but just all in all, he's just not great. They do both stand okay. They're a little bit wobbly on the shoes, but I will say again, these weapons are heavy, but it holds them. It holds them quite well. Like, he might fall over. You do have to balance it a little bit. If I had it in a different position, there'll be a bit of balance work. Maybe I'd use the crotch grabber in that point, but for the most part, he holds that just fine. And I did test him with the hammer, and he holds it. That is the heaviest thing. He does hold that quite well. So it's hard to give a total gripe. Now I'm going to give my ratings on both of these. For Leatherface, I'm giving it 3 out of 10. It's not good at all. It's not what I was expecting. It's just hugely disappointing, I'm not going to lie. Twisty, I'll go a little bit higher. I'm going to go for about a 5.5 out of 10. I think I might be being generous there. There are a lot of things not to like. It definitely feels like someone who's probably just getting started in the game has made both of these figures. But the Twisty is hugely an improvement, or much better than the Leatherface. Still, I am 100% honest with you guys, I'm not keeping these at all. They're not staying in my collection. I just feel like they downgrade, and I'm going to sound super snobby here, but they just downgrade everything else. And now, not every figure I have is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but these just don't really fit in. The only one I'd even be remotely tempted to get would be the Twisty. So yeah, big disappointment there, guys, with both of these. Am I confident? Would I buy another Y Studio figure? Probably not, I'll be honest. I know they've obviously got the Pinhead coming out as well. I would not bother personally with that. They just come out swinging and astound us with it, but I would not be confident in the materials, and I at this point would not believe the marketing that I've seen of it at all. It's definitely just homemade, low budget. I mean, everyone starts somewhere, but you know, if you're spending money on these things, you want what you pay for, and I just feel like I didn't get it in this instance. So yeah, that's it, guys. Bit of a disappointing one, but thanks for watching, and hopefully it's kind of provided you with a bit of insight into these figures if you were thinking to get them. So guys, if you did like this, drop me a thumbs up and a follow, and always a comment as well, because I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in another video.